I'm Fred.
I'm Joe.
And this is Fred and Joe review Treehouse Brewing out of Charlton, Mass. Or
Charlton.
Either way, this is what we have here is Ship Shape. It's a Czech style Pilsner.
Okay. I'm about it.
Let's give this a go.
Not a lot of alcohol on this, though. Less than 5% in this. It's a German beer?
It is. Or Czech. Czech style.
Czech style. All right, that's different.
It's not exactly German.
Tomato. We're close.
Interesting. Let's get a little.
It's heavier than it looks, I gotta say. It looks like it's going to be a light beer and then it kind of goes down.
I think the flavor
strong.
is heavier than the beer.
That's a good way to put it.
There is a lot of flavor for Pilsner.
It's kind of got an oceany smell to it.
Mm-hmm. I was actually going to say that.
All right. I think I figured out what this beer is about. It's a nice light summer beer.
It's really light to me.
Like
I said, though, it's got a harder finish.
It does finish strong. It's definitely a strong beer, but it's something to drink by the pool while still wanting to get a buzz on.
I mean, again,
at 4.8 though, I guess it's kind of hard to say while getting a buzz on, but it feels like it's drinking a little stronger than a 4.8.
It does taste stronger than a 4.8, but it is. And honestly, it's pretty drinkable.
Yeah, it's a good beer. It goes down. I could have a few of these.
What do you give it, Joe?
This? I think it was solid 6.25.
For a Pilsner. For a Pilsner, I'm going to give this one a 7.
7?
Yeah.
It's up there?
I think this is pretty good.
This one is a good beer. I enjoy it. Just doesn't do a lot for me. It finishes strong and starts light, but that's all there really is to it. There's no strong flavor.
Is it a 6.25 for you?
6.25. We'll do 6 1/4 with this.
So, no.
Somewhere in the middle of whatever 6.25 and 7 is.
6.65 or something like that.
Sure. We're not math majors. We're beer majors.
But
right.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thanks for joining us.
We're going to finish this up and we'll get back to you with the next beer.
See you soon. Today, we're checking out Treehouse Brewery. We have the Wanderer. It's a
Helles Lager.
It's a German Helles Lager?
Yes, it is.
All right. So, we've done a few German Helles Lagers before on the page.
We have. We'll see how this compares.
Ooh, it smells like a lager, that's for sure.
I almost get a little salty scent.
You are salty, that's for sure.
Yeah. But a little oceany, kind of. Slight.
I see what you mean, but I think that's just the lager smell that you're smelling more.
Maybe.
It's a strong lager scent, and I've smelled more beers that smell like the ocean.
What do you think, Joe?
As far as taste goes, I mean, it doesn't do much for me. Let me try it again and see if that changes. Yeah, no, it's a lager.
There's not much complexity to it. I mean, it is.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
I don't hate it. You can tell it's a well-brewed beer.
It's a good beer. It's not something I would seek out.
Yeah, I'm not gonna drink it again. I probably wouldn't go out of my way to.
What do you give it for a rating?
To order this, but I don't want to make it sound bad, so I'm gonna give it a 5. It's gonna go 5.
5. I'm gonna give this one a 6.
Oof.
Overall.
You're a nice guy.
Well, I don't think it's, as far as a Helles Lager compared to what we had, it's not the best one we had, but it's definitely clean. It's well put together.
That's a good way to put it. It's
there's
clean,
good
well
ingredients.
put together.
There's good ingredients that are going into this.
I think it doesn't help that with all the beers we've tried and the flavors we've put together in different styles, lagers are pretty basic and boring in a certain sense.
I wouldn't say boring. They have their place. They have their place, but this one is definitely
boring.
Okay, just okay.
It's plain. It's simple, but that's all.
But I would expect a little bit more from Treehouse.
And that's why I didn't want to rate it below a 5, because you can tell it comes from a good brewery. You can tell that it's a well-made beer. It's just not their best recipe.
No, or it's not their best style.
On that note, you're right. They make much better style beers.
Absolutely.
This isn't their specialty probably, but we'll see what else they have to offer in the next episode. So, check us out, and thanks for joining us today.
Have a good night, everybody.
And today on Fred and Joe Review Beer, we're checking out Treehouse Brewery out of Charlton, maybe Carlton, Mass.
And this is Lights On. It's an American Pale Ale. And we're going to give this a shot.
Based on the smell, it's very similar to an IPA. But
It smells fruity.
I don't smell a lot of fruit as much as I smell hops.
Bit of fruit. It's definitely a hop smell too, but you know, they're calling it an American Pale Ale, but it tastes an awful lot like an Indian Pale Ale to me.
Well, I guess it's probably not much of a difference between the two.
We'll have to find out.
Probably a large hop.
Maybe I'll dig into that a little bit in the next week.
Sure, by the time you're watching this, there'll be a little research on the screen that Fred will have dug up. But
I'll put some side notes in there about that.
I definitely like it.
It's good.
It's like you said, it's comparable to an IPA.
I like this better than the last two we've had from Treehouse.
Yeah, which Treehouse, they haven't. It's another brewery where I feel like we often say this, but maybe we're just bad at picking out the 3 beers, and maybe we just need to start drinking all 12 of them. But you can tell that this is a good brewery. It's a well put together beer.
It is, again, and it's clean, it's drinkable,
and I gotta say,
I think tasty.
This is the first American Pale Ale we've done on here. We've done plenty of IPAs.
I think it is, actually.
And but this one's really good. It stands out. I'm just gonna group it in with the other IPAs that we've had for lack of knowledge, and maybe you can shit on me in the comments if you want. But this does have a nice aroma, a nice flavor, and it goes down nice and smooth. So as far as a rating goes, Fred, I think I'm gonna go ahead and give this a nice 7.
I'm thinking, I mean, like I said, it's called an American Pale Ale, but it drinks like a hazy IPA.
It does drink like a New England IPA.
That's
definitely.
what I'm kind of rated as. And I think this one I'm going to give a 7.5.
So it's a 7.25 between the both of us.
All right.
Thanks for joining us today on Fred and Joe Review Beer.
We're going to finish this up, and we'll get back to you with a full wrap-up.
Cheers.
On what we think of the whole brewery.
And thanks for joining us.
Have a good night. All right. That was our review of Treehouse Brewing.
I definitely enjoyed these beers, although all the hype I heard going into this, I think we need to go back at a further date in time and try their originals.
Yeah, I mean, I hear absolutely phenomenal things about Treehouse. I hear there's lines waiting
when
to
I
get this
went
stuff.
to pick these up the other day.
It's very hyped up.
Yeah, it was a Saturday afternoon around 1:30, and I waited in line about a car line, I should say. They weren't open, to my disappointment. I drove there expecting to be able to go into the tap room. I pulled up and found out it was pickup only, so I grabbed a few of their online packages. They had a summer one and a lager one. I checked those out, and these are 3 out of the combination of those 2 packages. I got 24 beers total for around 80-something bucks. It wasn't a bad deal. They had some good deals if you buy the combinations, but I definitely waited in a carload of people that were definitely from all over, because I saw some New Hampshire license plates, some Rhode Island
the people
license
definitely are
plates.
traveling for this.
It's worth traveling for. I enjoyed it. I want to get back to the tap room when they do open up and try a lot.
And
more
I'm
of their
definitely
stuff.
interested to try other styles. They have a very wide selection.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the beers we got today, unfortunately, were similar.
Yes, they were very similar. The Pilsner and the Helles Lager were very close.
But I still enjoyed. You can tell just from the way
They were clean and they were good and well done beers. I mean, you can tell they're using really good ingredients.
Yeah, you can tell it's a good brewery that's clean.
It's quality.
Small batches. They know what they're doing in there.
Yeah.
The recipes are they taking time to develop them.
But as far as this review, definitely the American Pale Ale.
That one was one of my favorites. I'm still
me.
finishing that one up right here.
Yeah.
But I loved it. Knocked it out of the park.
What do you think for a rating on that one, Joe?
The brewery itself, from everything I've tried today, which we try to stick the rating to what these 3 beers are, I'm going to give it a 7 on the dot.
That's pretty much what I'm thinking too.
7
it's
even?
about 7 on even.
And we'll be coming back to them because I want to see if they can redeem themselves and get a little higher score. with some of their classic
Absolutely. I mean,
beers.
there's plenty to choose from. We can always pick another 3 and go at them again.
I think next time we're gonna try the 3 originals
With
they have to offer.
1-2 punch.
There you go.
All right, everybody.
All
That
right,
was,
thanks for
our
joining us
review
today.
of Treehouse Brewing. Cheers.
Cheers.
Have a good week, everybody.